Okay, having computer problems already. Uh, this is part 2, and basically all I get done in this video is just leveling up a couple levels. It takes longer than I remembered to get, I got to level 3 leveling up. After a while, you don't have to level up that much in this game. The fights go pretty quickly, but it's just when you get started, they take longer. And I already lost one of the few interesting battles because my software wants to keep stopping the recording process, so I switched back and forth a little bit in this episode, so I might cut it out or I might leave it in, but hopefully I'll get it figured out eventually. So, using the regular battle commands, these battles take a long time. So, you're going to use the all out, which is basically the auto battle, for most battles. The enemies you see, Bandit Force, there's only about 3 or 4 types of enemy that you're going to come across in this game. So, it sounds a little lame at first, but you're only dealing with regular human enemies. You know, they don't throw in any silly supernatural stuff or monsters or anything, which is very interesting, especially for Japan. So, you have Bandit Force, Rebel Force, Brigand Force, and Pirate Force. So that's 4. So even though that sounds boring, the way that they fix that, or the way that the fighting in this game doesn't get old, is that there are different generals that you will encounter, and that was the one battle that I lost because my software stopped recording. And it gained me a level, which is good, so I'm at level 2 right now. And I do come across 1 or 2 battles where there's generals, and I'm not always going to keep all the fights in. But since we're just getting started and there's a lot to explain, that this kind of works out for that. And you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to level up that much in this game. But there are a lot of random battles, of course. What makes coming across the generals especially fun is the fact that you have the chance to recruit them. You can recruit almost every enemy general in this game. So whenever you come across an enemy general, it's like, wow, this is a chance to get a new character in my party. Even a lot of the boss generals you actually can eventually recruit, but not all of them, obviously. You can't recruit the boss of the game, of course. Interesting thing about this game is that it follows the novel, like almost plot point by plot point, in the beginning. And the Romance of the Three Kingdoms novel is very long. It's maybe the one I have is maybe 1,500 pages. It's 2 volumes of about 700 pages each. So it's a very long novel. So obviously they couldn't fit all of that into this NES game. This game did have a sequel, but I just don't like it as much as this one. This one is a lot better, even though the sequel does tackle a lot of subjects that are left out of this one. So it covers some territory that this one didn't get to. For time reasons, it takes you up through Yuan Shao, taking the Imperial seal and calling himself Emperor, and then it kind of skips towards the end. So you play like the beginning and the end of the novel. Plus, I don't remember everything that happens in the novel, so they do. It might follow it more closely than I remember. Alright, in this battle, I come across a couple generals, but I'm strong enough that I can just use the all-out command to take them out. The Cheng Yuan Zi in the first enemy general. That's amusing because the way they had to split the word yawn from the first to the second row. And when I used to see these names as a kid, and I was just like, you know, what in the heck? Especially that one where they split the word in two. After leveling up, I level up twice in this, and I get the fire spell, or the fire attack first, and then I get a strategy that protects you from fire. Which, you're not going to use that often. And since MP is limited, I try to save it for the healing spells. And I use the attacking spells too, but there are some really crazy attacks you get in this game. There's one that's just an instant kill, and the best part of that is, like, I'd say in most cases, the instant kill spells in these games do not work. This one, it works 100% instant kill every time, which is pretty amazing. Here I'm leveling up again, so I end this video at level 3, I think. It takes a lot longer than you expect, and they're always getting the ability that protects you from fire. This video is probably all I'm going to show for leveling up. I'll probably do some leveling up off screen. I'm not quite sure how high you have to go, but I'm basically going to keep fighting and leveling up until I have enough money to buy equipment for everybody. And the equipment is pretty expensive. They already all have flails. So that just leaves me with leather armor is $300 each, and really all 5 people should have it, and then the bandanas are just $50 each. But that takes a lot of time, and I'll probably have to buy some food too, because like I said, you have to have food on your person or you will take damage every step you take. And the food is like 1 coin per 1 unit of food, and 1 unit of food is every step you take. So it's like every step you take in the game, you use 1 coin. It does sound annoying, but this is really the only game I've played where you've had that where you have to have food or you take damage when you walk. So it's just another thing that makes this game different. And it's not that expensive that you can't afford it. It's just an added cost, and as you get further in the game, you get a lot more money. It's not as bad. The Lian Huo is the fire attack. So I'm just practicing around with it. Does pretty good amount. It's based on the character's magic ability. in this game, there's only a handful of people that can be your strategist. And there's two in particular that are like mandatory if for most of the game. Once you're able to recruit them, you pretty much want them to be your strategist for the rest of the game. I forget their names. Pang Tong is one, Zhuge Liang is the other, and they both have the best attacks. They have, like, the best healing spells, the best, I believe they both have that instant kill attack. So that's why it's so important that you have one of them. At least one of them. You should try to get both, because then you can put one of them in your party to be your magic caster. Because the thing is, the character you choose to be your tactician does not participate in the battles. So even though you get this character that's an excellent, I keep saying magic, but you know what I mean. It's an excellent strategy user. He can't participate in the battles and use the strategies. So it's good to at least have one strategist also in your party that can use the ability strategies to their best ability to get the most out of it. So I believe that's it for part 2. Join me in part 3.